No, the problem is not that you are not confident. The problem is that you forgot who you are. No matter what you look like, if you are confident, you are beautiful. You are sparkling in your selfhood. Stop underestimating yourself. Do you know that if we have any avenue to ask people who we thought are at the top, who are so successful, they will tell you that they never knew they would get here. Almost everyone I have studied started unsure. Don't you ever underestimate what you can do, because the story is always about what you tell yourself when no one is listening. You need to start retelling these stories, and as often as you start retelling these stories, that's how your mindset, your attitude, your relationship, everything about you would automatically change, because the change is actually within. It has nothing to do with the external. And after you finish watching this video, you are going to be absolutely self-confident. You'll be able to do whatever that you feel you want to do without fear or judgment or condemnation. You had wanted to start up a business, you just couldn't. You wanted to start putting out content on social media, you just can't find enough to do that. You wanted to leave a deadly toxic marriage. You still keep thinking, what would they think if I do? You get into a relationship, you're still wondering whether you are worthy enough to be called a lover, whether your physique is okay for what you've been assuming that is on social media. These are stories you told yourself, and you need to start rewriting this story, because you are the script writer of your life story. It is not about what they feel about you, the judgment they laid. No, it is the world that you have built around you, and you need to break out these walls, walk out of them, and set yourself free. Life is so short. We don't have to sit back and keep waiting for the day we are going to have a good life. Better life is today, right now. Years back, I was struggling with low self-esteem. I mean, wallowing. I can't even take up anything to do by myself. I don't believe I can do a thing. I struggled so much with low grades. I couldn't pass school examination. The more I fail, the more I keep doubting myself. I just couldn't believe myself. That one day out of the blue, I told myself that I don't think I'm going to be here like this forever. I need to find an escape and find something that is going to heal me. I started talking to myself, which is exactly what I'm going to share how I do it. And one day I bumped into Nelson Mandela book, A Long Walk to Freedom. I found out that Nelson Mandela, at that time, he was being celebrated all over the world. Believe me, he had his own chunk of fear, doubt, everything that I felt myself. And the thought came, and I was like, if this great man felt all of these things, that means I'm okay, it's all normal. If there was nothing I picked in that book, it was courage is not the absence of fear. Oh my God, that changed everything. And so anytime I find myself in fear, I keep on doing what I was doing. Get to a point where you are going to be your own teacher. You are going to be your own preacher. You are going to be your own therapist. It gets to a time where you need to sit yourself down and talk to yourself to change from where you are to where you have to be. If I really wanted to change everything about my life, I simply have to change myself first. I was hungry for these things. A soul that is thirsty appreciates water. Every right word was watering me. Every right video was inspiring me. I was drawn to these things because I needed this change. That was when it came to me that this world is made of three types of people. People who create things, people who watch things, and people who wonder how do things happen. And I found out that these whole people in these categories are not just different. The only thing between these people is what they believe in themselves. The story they tell themselves, what they believe they can do is the difference. So it simply means that no one got it all figured out. And there's a promise to every seeker. For those who seek, shall find. So a few years after I had taken a long walk to work on myself and self-confidence and self-improvement, which I'm still working on, I'm still a work in progress, believe me, I have grown far different from who I used to be. Whatever you set your heart to do, if you have fear to do it, it's okay, it's healthy, it's normal. I think we just have to start learning that fear is a healthy emotion. When we start looking at things from that perspective, we automatically start embracing the truth and know how to work with fear and know how to use fear to push truth out in us, because really, fear is a messenger, and if you tap into the power of it, it's going to change your life. Virtually everyone who has been great on earth has faced fear. Every of their story became very relatable, and because they are true and honest, because each and every piece of the story looks like me, so I have no reason down to walk on their footsteps. People like Oprah Winfrey. After all my self-experiment with low self-esteem, with how I'm busting out to be confident, to be able to stand here and look at the camera, things I wouldn't have done some years back, I realized one simple truth, that the root cause of the reason why you lack confidence, one dark secret they've not told you, is lack of self-trust. You have to find a way to build yourself into trusting yourself. See, let me share with you how I did mine. During the time I was working on how to be confident myself, I wasn't married at that time, I have no kids. So what I do, I usually sleep naked at home. So when I wake up, I have a mirror in my room. What this mirror does to me is once I wake up from bed, I go straight to this mirror naked and I start affirmations, quotes and affirmations where God sent in my life. And when I look at the mirror naked, I start speaking to myself. I start saying, I am feminine, I am flawless, I am perfect, I am enough. There is nothing I cannot do. I am passionate. I am imperfect. I am divine. Every part of me is perfect. Today is beautiful. Whatever God allowed is perfect. I was building myself up with those words. And when I'm done from the mirror therapy, I'll go back to my bed. At the side of my bed, I have journal. And this journal helped me to write down my thoughts. This way, I usually process my thoughts, and when I put them down, it's something like there's this healing therapy I have when I pour out my thoughts, writing them down. Like I'm just writing it down, like it heals me. I start writing what I feel about today and what I expect about that day. Every day I do these things, I find out that I am healing, I'm getting better. But healing didn't just happen automatically. It was gradual. It takes time. But if you are observant and self-aware, you realize that every day you do this, that you are progressing, that you are doing something, that something is shifting. You will notice the shift because it affects me from the way I relate to people, from how I talk in public. I noticed this change and I was loving this change. And I also was patient with myself. So if you had actually wanted to be a confident woman, I wonder how you can pick up your camera and start putting out those content on social media. The truth behind every content creator or every business owner, there's always a fear at the core for each and every one of them. So you keep on working, keep doing it. Even if you don't like talking on camera, keep talking on camera. That's how you defeat it. Be ready to welcome criticism, because sometimes when you are confident and you speak your truth, it could be intimidating because it could be a trigger to some people who are also struggling to be who they are. You are going to be your own brand, your own kind of authentic person. You are going to be your own kind of confident person. As long as you are authentic and original, whoever type of person you are would be very magnetic and will be very loving. But you simply have to be who you are without the fear of how do I look? What would they say about me? What if I start and fail? All those things, think about it, trash it, and focus on leaning on the power that with courage you can defeat fear. And trust me, when you look deeply into anything, that thing turns out to start looking deeply into you. That is the law of the universe. Now, the shocking part is realizing that Oprah Winfrey, when she started up her multi-million TV show, that she also felt those fears. She started it so unsure. When I know this, I realized that me finding a thing I want to do and not doing it is pride. Because it is pride, because when you fail from what you want to do, you believe that it's human for you to fail and you can get out of it and try again. Pride is you thinking that you are perfect, because you can't be. No one started so sure. No one started so perfect. All of us are a work in progress every day. And as I am talking today, I'm still a work in progress. If you have a business you want to start, go start it. If you have a content you want to put out to the world, do it now. If you want to leave that marriage that is messing up your life, take a bold step. And first of all, understand that you need to know who you are. Surround yourself with like minds so that when you take a decision to do whatever you want to do, you do it absolutely well. Get into the comment section to tell me what you feel about this video. If you haven't subscribed, why don't you go ahead and subscribe and join our family? We do have fun here. See you on my next video.